Hello and welcome to this video. Today I want to show you how we technically create multi-language drop-down lists. We talk a little bit about why do we need that and then how we do it. And after the little presentation, I will show you how it might look in real life. Okay, let's start with it. Multi-language drop-down list, how we create data in a multi-language environment. Let's start with the requirements. We must be able to set up users with different languages. Why is that? Maybe our customer is a company with different departments in multiple regions with different languages. So the users don't want to speak, everyone doesn't want to speak Greek when they are sitting in Japan. So that's obvious. All users must see the correct data in their own language. So whatever you type in, your colleague abroad needs to see the same data, but in his own language. And implementing new languages must not destroy the data structure. Yes, that's pretty much a no-brainer. We don't want to destroy our data just by adding a new language or a new language, basically. So what do we need to do and what do we need to know? First of all, we have to gather all the requirements we have and things we need to know. How many languages do we implement? Yeah, that is pretty much one of the first questions you should ask and answer. Do we need to add new languages later? Yes, maybe. We cannot have, 150 languages set up in a system if you only need 3 languages. But if the company is growing, we may need to add another language later. How many different values do we need? That depends on your data. And we will come to that point. Where does the values come from? I would say pretty much from a database. And that is how what we want to show you. So the solution is, here we have a database table. The first field is field name, field value. In our case, we give it a description that whenever you look into the system, you should know what this field value and the field name is doing. Then we have the base language. In our case, is English. Then we have German. And for having some fun, we have it in Thai. So the first 2 fields, the field name and the field value, are key fields, just for selecting and adding data. We do not let the customer add new data in there. He might get the rights to change the value descriptions, means German, Thai, maybe in English, I don't know. It depends on the customer. But the rest is not supposed to touch. So what do we select from this table is easy. The field value, this is what we will store in the database later. And then based on the user's language, we select one of the 3 fields we have set up here. How does it work in the program? I have to say we are working here with Blazor server, and we are creating our pages with objects from Syncfusion. So the first part is we inject the interface and give it a name. As you see here, we have the interface and then we have the service, and within the service we run a select statement. To make sure we have the right language, we set up a global variable with the login language, the user's language, and then we check the languages and call the right method here. That's pretty much it. And on the page it looks like this. This is the drop-down list, the definition of a drop-down list. And there's no difference between multi-language and a single language drop-down list. You have your diffs, you have a label on top of it, and here we have language-related labels. Yes, this is how we work. We have the translation model as a model. We have defined the value, we define height and width, and we give it a placeholder just to let the user know what this is about. And then we assign a variable to it that we can add, update descriptions or have related fields that depending on the data you're selecting here. And the data source is the cost category, which we have just populated with the select statement. You can enable, you know all that. That's nothing new, no rocket science. But we have a little bit of an event here. We have, if the value is changing, we run this event. It fires and then some code is running for updating data on the page. And here you see the two fields or two items we have. This is the text for the drop-down list, and for the value it is called ID. Text is text, yeah. It's pretty easy, not so difficult. So that's basically how we do it, and I want to show you how it looks like in real life. We have the category here, and if we select one set of data, it has an impact on this one. Here you see all possible cost types in this case, but as soon as we select a category, the list has been updated, and this is what the onChange value method is doing. So that's basically what I wanted to show you, but to prove that we are doing multi-language, I'm not showing you Thai because I wouldn't find the page. I can't read Thai. So we do the same thing now in German. And as you see here, you have the labels in German, the drop-down lists in German, and the update is running. If I could speak Thai, I would show you, but unfortunately I cannot speak Thai. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.